Negative. Good vibes all day, every day. We are 95.9. This is home for urban vibes. Now, you're listening to Talk Back Natchitoches with Pastor Steve Harris. Good morning and welcome to Talk Back Natchitoches. Yours truly, Pastor Stephen Harris. And listen, we want to invite Lottie Dottie and everybody, share, like, and invite. And so that we want this to be a blessing to you. So we want to start out by invoking the presence of the Lord. Lord God, how we thank you and how we praise and glorify and magnify your name. Lord, you and you alone, you're so worthy to be praised. Lord, the fact that you woke us up this morning and clothed us in our right mind, and it was not because we've been so good and we've done everything that you've told us to do, but it's because of grace and mercy that we're here today. And Lord, we don't take it for granted. We ask that this segment would be informative, inspiring, and impactful. We pray for the sick, the shed in, and the bereaved. Lord, I want to just call out Christopher Small's family. Lord, please touch them and any other families that have been affected by the transitioning of a loved one. Let them know, Lord, only time will heal that wound. And we just give you praise, glory, and adoration. It is in the matchless and marvelous name of Jesus the Christ we do pray. Amen and amen. Listen, got a few things that I want to say to you that today they are still um, signing the petition to relieve the governor and the AG of their position. And so they will be, I think, in the same place at the same time, which is on off of Martin Luther King at the what used to be the Ben Johnson Auditorium, which may still be Ben Johnson Auditorium, but I'm saying that's where they will be. And so, if you want to sign that petition, let other folks know so that you can be a part of history making. Because when folks don't do the bidding for the people, you can always relieve them of their duty before their duties are over. So, with that being said, I encourage you to do that. Also, I encourage you that on the 27th, which is Saturday, there is an election, and it is dealing with the Senate race, closed primary. Either you're voting Republican or Democrat, or if you voted no party and was not able to vote for either party, I think you may be able to still vote for one or the other. You just have to say which one you want to vote for, whether you want a Democratic ballot or a Republican ballot. But I am supercalifragilisticexpialidocious happy that I'm joined this morning by a young man who is a native of Natchitoches, and I'll let him tell all of that. But he is the founder, CEO of a local um, uh, funeral home and cremation service, Mortuary Moses and Moses, and that is Mr. Leonard Moses. And I say good morning.
Good morning. Good morning, Pastor. How you doing this morning?
Absolutely marvelous, man.
Mm.
Listen, anybody who do business with us, I'm gonna do business with you. And so you are in the city now. And tell us a little bit about yourself first.
Okay, well, first of all, Pastor, I would like to thank you
Yes, sir.
for having me this morning.
Yes, sir.
And like you said, I was born and reared in Natchitoches, Louisiana.
Hmm.
Um, I attended school here. I'm a proud graduate of 1976 class of 1976, Natchez Central High School.
Oh, wow.
And with saying that, within the last 2 weeks or so, we did our 50-year anniversary.
Oh, wow. So are you gonna be a part of the LNC? Because I think they're part of that.
I hadn't joined,
Yeah.
but that's something I'm considering.
Yeah. Yeah.
Yes. And so after graduating from high school, I did attend Southwestern Christian College.
All right.
On a track scholarship that was in Terra, Texas.
Wow.
And after
Amy Fox country.
exactly. Right, exactly. Um so after the school listed into the US Army,
Okay.
and I did 4 years active. From there, um I went back to school and I enrolled in the Commonwealth Institute of Funeral Service. I graduated from there in 1989
Hmm.
and became licensed in 1990.
Yeah.
Um, I served my internship at this Ridgeless Funeral Home at the time.
Yeah. Yeah.
Um, After that tenure, I moved to Baton Rouge
Hmm.
and came aboard with the Winfield Funeral Home under late Dr. Ben D. Johnson. And I worked there for some years. So after 36 years in the industry, I'm still moving forward. I haven't gave up yet. Yes, yeah. Um, so without doubt, I guess you could say that this is my passion.
Yeah, gotta be, man.
And with as well as a calling.
Yeah, yeah,
So,
yeah. I
you
think
know,
this guy. I think this surely has to be a call.
it's a calling. Yeah.
To be led by the incomparable late Bendy Johnson, one of the best.
Yes,
Yeah,
sir.
yeah, yeah.
Mm.
And Moses and Moses mortuary and cremation service began. And what's the vision behind your business?
Well, I started with opening a funeral home, which is the main office now in Winfield, Louisiana.
Okay.
And it always been a dream, a passion to come back home.
Mm-hmm.
So after opening that branch, it opened the doors for me to navigate my way back into Natchitoches Parish, where even the city limits.
Right,
So
right.
that's
Mm-hmm.
yeah, and so that's how ended up coming back to Natchitoches.
Okay, okay.
Mhm.
So, what services do you all offer to families in the Natchitoches and the surrounding communities?
Well, naturally, we do
Mm-hmm.
traditional service, cremation, direct cremation, cremations with memorial. That's with the remains present or not present.
Okay.
It's whatever
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
the family desire to do.
Mhm.
I follow their lead. Um,
And how important is that to uh, try to accommodate the needs of the family?
well, first of all, we know that funeral costs go up every year.
Mm-hmm.
So pricing, and
Right.
so we have to be transparent with that.
Mm-hmm.
And I must say that it's a family owned venture.
Right, right.
And it's not corporate.
Mm-hmm.
That's the
Mm-hmm.
difference. So I
Right,
can reach out and serve people better in that capacity because I don't have that large overhead.
right, right,
And I don't have to keep up with what corporate
right,
levels are doing. So I think that I can better serve people like that.
right. So when you talk about corporate, sometimes corporate has different standards and it may not meet the market of this rural area because it's uh, made their determination from maybe the Shreveport area or the Alexandria or a larger area.
Exactly.
Yeah, yeah.
Hmm.
So, well, I talked about what sets, well, next question was what sets Moses and Moses mortuary and cremation service apart from the other funeral services providers. but I guess that's one of them, huh?
Exactly.
Yeah.
Yeah. And I could be more, personalized
Mm-hmm.
execution
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
and my overall experiences.
Right, right.
Mhm.
More hands-on.
Exactly.
Like I said, I saw Mr. Johnson. People come in uh, with loved ones that they about to bury, but Mr. Johnson made you feel good about uh, I guess lack of a better word, you feel good about losing a loved one, you know. There was another Herbert Simmons, and I don't know if you ever knew him. He was from the
Uh,
Jonesboro area. His slogan was, "How can I live if you don't die?"
well, I do have a slogan, but it's not that one. Yeah. Uh,
well,
I feel that this is a blessing,
yeah.
and then I also believe that we are blessed to bless others.
Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah.
Even though it's a profession, I do it for my living,
Right.
but I give back by trying to help others
Right.
and keep them within, their where I put it where they can reach it.
Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Mm.
Well, when you're going through, even though I tell people, just like living is real, death is real too. And a lot of times we do everything we can to live, but we don't prepare to die.
Exactly.
And we leave that on other people. And so let me ask you about serving families right quick.
Mhm.
Losing a loved one can be overwhelming at times. So,
Mhm.
what is the first step families should take when a death occurs?
Well, the first thing that they should do is secure a legal pronouncement of death.
Hmm. Hmm.
Uh, well, if it's in the home,
Hmm.
something would happen naturally. You would call 911.
Right, right, right.
The
Yeah.
next thing, if a person is under hospice,
Hmm.
medical facility, contact the attending nurse or doctor
Right, right.
to officially verify the
Hmm.
time of death.
Right.
Um, and then contact your funeral home
Yeah,
of
yeah,
choice
yeah.
to coordinate the transportation of your loved one.
Right, right.
Mhm.
Because somebody has to come and get the remains.
Exactly.
Yeah, yeah.
Exactly.
And sometimes that's not going through your mind when you done lost a loved one,
Yeah.
especially if you lose a loved one suddenly. You know, even at having everything down, sometimes if you lose a loved one suddenly, it discombobulates you. You don't know what to do.
Exactly.
If it's a, like I said, if it's on the hospice, the first thing you do is call that nurse or whatever the attendant, and they tell you that too, and
Right.
call them, and you get everything. The ball gets to rolling and thing. Two, I say to people, if you got a relationship with a church or whatever the case may be, call your pastor too.
For sure.
Because they can pray and things like that. Sometimes I guess the last person people think about is the pastor until they think about when they having the funeral, who's gonna do it, you know?
Exactly.
And
Well, they would think of their pastors, especially if they church orientated,
right.
because he walks them through the process anyway, especially like if they're already under, doctor's care.
Hmm.
Now it's another thing if it's a sudden or tragic incident. The pastor probably would, be called later,
Right, right,
but
right. And
you would think of your pastor first.
right, right.
Mm.
So I guess that goes to the next thing is how do you help families navigate the emotional challenges of planning of the funeral?
The goal is to shift from feeling overwhelmed
Hmm. Yeah.
by grief and making of immediate decisions.
Yeah, yeah.
You try to help take that pressure off of them,
Hmm.
and give them that space where they can focus on healing
Right, right.
and honoring their loved one.
Hmm.
See, grief affects everyone differently.
That's right. That's right. And so uh, one of the things that a lot of these counselors and things don't understand is that you can very much go to these different funeral homes
Mhm.
and leave them a card for grief counseling, you know, especially when you have some of the deaths like we've had lately. And we've had a few in the community with suicide.
Oh yeah.
And I want you to know people are not well. People are not healthy when they lose a loved one to suicide because they begin to have all kind of thoughts in their mind. And
Mhm.
some of the thoughts that's in our mind are thoughts that has been handed down with no biblical well, you can't it don't hold water
Mhm.
because if salvation is by faith grace through faith, then an act of hopelessness doesn't necessarily say going to hell.
Right.
You know, oh, if you kill yourself, you're going to hell. You know, you gotta be able to stand on those type of things biblically,
Yeah.
because and I don't want to tell nobody about killing yourself
Yeah.
because but when we have that go on,
Mhm.
it's enough for a person to struggle with losing the loved one, but to make them feel like that this person automatically goes to hell. Were they saved? Did they have a relation with
Right.
our Lord and Savior Jesus Christ?
Right.
You know, and that's one of the things. And I'll be honest with you, though, that's one of the things by us telling them you're going to hell that kept folk from killing
That's
themselves.
it.
Yeah, but
Yeah.
now you got youngsters and
Right.
unchurched folk
Right.
that say to themselves, if hell couldn't be no worse than what I'm in,
Exactly.
you know.
Exactly.
And so we have to be able to sit down and talk with young people and have some type of
Rapport.
yeah. What are some of the common misconceptions people have about funeral planning?
Well, number one, I would think cost,
Mm,
necessities,
mm,
and convenience.
yeah.
Am I gonna be able to afford this?
Mm,
Uh, is it necessary that I embalm? Do I have to bury him right away?
mm.
Convenience. Where am I gonna go? Especially if they don't have a church home. Am I
Right,
gonna be able to use the funeral home? Does it have
right.
a chapel that can hold the capacity of my family? If I have a
Mhm,
large family,
right.
so that's some of the things that are the misconceptions. And then another thing, we know that um when it comes to funeral service, um especially in the black community, um like talking about it, pre-planning, what have you. It's a taboo. It's taboo.
Very
Don't want to
taboo.
hear
That's
it.
right.
Yeah.
We want to talk about living, but
Not
we don't
that.
ever prepare for
The-
death. You know,
Yeah, everybody want to go to heaven, but
but no
nobody don't
one
want to
die.
die.
That's right.
Yeah.
Well, my good friend and cousin, brother Bishop Robeson is
Mhm.
having a workshop dealing with you know insurance and different things like that, financial plan. And I think it's so important and incumbent upon us as pastors
Mhm.
to because I'm doing one where we got the actual plans
Mhm.
where they can put everything down, who they want to be to preach it, and then if you got a will, if you don't have a will, this thing has where you can get a will. Because I've seen some of the worst conduct after a person dies.
Correct.
You know, so a lot of misconceptions, like you
Correct.
said.
Mm-hmm.
We're gonna take a break, and when we come back, we're gonna talk about how important is pre-planning and what benefits does it provide for to the family. And we'll be right back. Well, I did that good. I did that good because his phone rung just at that time. That's a good thing. So that meant that we needed to take a break. Yeah, you can, but it's still.
Hey,
Yeah.
hello?
yeah.
And all surrounding parishes.
Yes, what you got?
Prices starting as low as $1,095.
9.
Mhm.
You
The bounce.
$2,995.
Tell her,
Tell her go to 959thebounce.com.
yeah, she could pick it up digital.
Comes. Let Moses and Francis
I
Hubert
don't like telling that.
walk with you.
Hey, listen, you can pick us up on a digital platform.
95.
Hold on a second. She'll tell you exactly what to do. Okay,
Here for you with part.
anywhere in the country,
Trying to take care of your home?
anywhere in the world.
Like ants, roaches, spiders, or any unwanted intruders make
You
themselves
got something
Oh yeah,
you would agree.
man. We pick up people overseas. Yeah.
An affordable protection for your home so you can relax, knowing the pests are gone.
See, it's clearer.
Take back control today.
It's clearer.
Call owner
When-
Preston
when-
Gerd 318-664-298.
You want to unlock it?
Terminator Pest Management. Eliminate the problem.
And we are back, and we're talking about how important it is for there to be pre-planning and what benefit does it provide to the family. And so that's what we at. How important is it, Brother Moses?
Oh, I'm sorry. Oh, for pre-planning?
That's right. That's right.
Well, if you pre-plan, you can think clearly.
Oh,
number one.
Yeah.
Yeah, and then you can put all your wishes in writing.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
So that's one of the main things. You can record your wishes without spending a dime,
Right.
or take advantage of the pre-planning.
Right.
The myth with that is funerals are highly customized.
Right.
You do not have to purchase the most expensive package.
Mhm.
You have a choice. Well, naturally, traditional cremations. You have direct cremation,
Mhm.
simple memorial service, or significantly affordable options. Pre-planning doesn't always equal pre-paying.
Okay.
You can record your wishes without spending a dime, like I said, or you could take advantage of the flexible payment plans
Right.
versus pre-need, which will lock your prices, today's prices in, but to the future. Like I said
Right.
earlier, prices of things are constantly going up.
And they have to honor that too,
Yes,
right?
yes,
Yeah.
it's a contract.
Right.
It's a contract.
That contract with a particular funeral home,
Well,
or it's a
yes,
Yeah.
it is,
okay.
but your loved one could go anywhere they want
Okay.
with that pre-need plan.
Okay.
But the catch is the other funeral home, if you choose another funeral home,
They don't have to honor
they don't have well, it's good for the amount of that
Okay.
service.
Okay. Yeah.
But they can charge you at their today's service. So in
Okay,
other
I
words,
see.
if I could make you better understand, you can come to me with a $10,000 pre-planned service. Once I said go to another funeral home and they say, well, that's what he charged you back then. That was the day's price. I would accept that policy.
Right.
But my price today may be $15,000. So it's up to the family to pay the difference.
Yeah, that's
But
what I
if you
thought.
stick with the funeral home
That
that did that,
They have to honor that.
at the 10,000.
Okay. I
They
see.
can't go up
Right.
or down.
Right.
Even your family member cannot change it.
Right.
If they decide they want to up it, they
Right,
can, but
right.
they can't go backwards and
Right.
expect to recoup the the less.
Right. The face
Try-
value of that.
They have to
policy.
right. They can't expect to get anything out of it. It's locked in.
Okay.
Mhm.
So
Mhm.
as common as it is right now, and I don't know if it was because of COVID, but there is a lot of cremation uh, that's going on now. So
Okay.
let's talk about cremation and burial services.
Mhm.
Cremation has become increasingly popular. Um, uh, and in other cultures, like especially like in Chinese culture,
Mhm.
they don't have any problems in cremation.
Mhm.
What trends are you seeing regarding cremation versus traditional burial?
Well, number one is that family member design other deceased. They
Mhm.
had already discussed it with their family.
Mhm.
That's what they want.
Yeah.
Then the next thing would be expense.
Mhm.
Why prepare?
Mhm.
Now, if I see that I can't afford a traditional service,
Mhm.
then I may have to back down to a cremation so I can get my loved one out of the way.
Mhm.
Yeah, so that's the difference in that.
Well, I've seen bodies,
Mhm.
and you have to embalm that body in what's the time frame that person has to embalm a body?
Well, first of all, embalming is not required.
Oh wow.
Yeah, only if you're gonna have, like I said, a traditional service
Mhm.
and you're gonna have a public viewing.
Oh, okay.
Then yes,
Yes.
it has to be.
Yes.
And if you know that you're gonna do this up front,
Mhm.
then I don't want to misquote.
Right.
You know, I've been out of school so long.
Yeah.
I think you may have up to like 24 hours.
Yeah.
Then you have 24 to 36 hours.
Right.
Then embalming must take place,
Right.
whether I have permission or not.
Yeah.
Because now it falls on me as a funeral
Right.
director.
I got to preserve that body.
Correct. And
Right.
that's I have to protect the community.
Right.
Yeah. So
Even though that body may be refrigerated, that's not actually preserved, right?
no, sir.
Mhm.
No, sir. It's refrigerated. I can hold it, until you give me authorization. Mhm.
So, so I guess it's important to know, are you gonna have a funeral? Because
Correct.
if you're not gonna have a funeral, now I've seen too, where people uh decided they're gonna do the cremation, but they go ahead and do the preserving on the body so that they can have a viewing.
Correct.
That's
Correct.
because I guess there's a coffin. You can't. Well, I don't know about all that. So,
Well, the way that go is that if I know I want to do cremation,
right,
a lot of people would choose cremation and services
right.
rather than going to a cemetery.
Okay.
So that's another way of deposition.
Okay. Yeah.
To use the cremation, then I can earn it and bring it home.
Yeah.
Um,
Because I noticed that too, and I've done plenty of funerals, y'all. But it is that last part that really gets people, and that is the depositing of the body. Some
it's
folks,
somewhat hard.
yeah, some folks
Mm.
think that this is the end, but I often tell people, as a farmer, when I plant something, I look for it to come back up again.
Exactly.
Well, that's the same way with when you make a deposit. One of these old days, there's gonna be a great getting up. Amen. Yes, sir.
Yeah.
So, what options are available for families who did we talk about that? Who choose cremation?
The options
Mhm.
would be direct cremation.
Mhm.
That means we know we're not gonna do anything but cremate. But then you also have cremations with memorial service.
Right.
That means you done did the cremation, and then sometime later you plan your memorial service was carried out just like a funeral
Funeral,
service,
right.
but the body isn't present.
Right.
Or you can do with the body present
Right.
and then cremate afterward.
Okay. Yeah.
Mhm.
Yeah. What we just talked about.
Exactly.
Yeah. Well, I tell people all the time, I watch folk when I don't, no disrespect to nobody,
Mhm.
but I don't look at bodies, because I try to remember people for
Yes,
the
it
way they
would.
were, And as far as for me, y'all get a good look at me because you won't be looking at me in no coffin. It will be a life-size picture
Mhm.
of me. And so all that, because I didn't look, that don't even look like him.
Exactly.
You won't get a
You
chance to
all
be
type
doing
of them
that.
all.
Cause it ain't me. I'm gone. I've
Right.
left that body.
Right.
So anyway, I just
And see, that's your wish.
that's right.
It's up to your family to carry it
That's
out.
right.
But then if you pre-plan it,
That's
you
right. And put it
pre-plan
in
it's in
writing.
writing,
Mhm.
then they know, and you take that burden off of your loved one of trying to make that decision.
That's
You
right.
have made that decision for them. And all they have to do is see that your wishes are carried out.
That's just like
Mhm.
directives.
Mhm.
It is so important, y'all, that you let folk know that if you become incapacitated, that
Mhm.
you can't answer to what you want done in case you're on a vent or something like that. That is so crucial because folks, uh, uh, they'll leave you on the vent. Uh, Money is accumulating on the vent, thing like that. My thing is, listen, if there's no if Jesus rose in 3 days, and there's just give me 3 days. If it's that crucial that they saying there ain't no hope, give me about 3 days. You don't need no.
No,
I don't
that's
need no 7 days. If Jesus, I'm just saying me,
No, I
not
understand.
not my loved one.
Mhm.
Because they may want to stay there until the machine die.
Mhm.
But not me. Let me go, and because that's hard on the family to
Correct.
be thinking, I don't know what they would have wanted. So
Yeah.
ask that question. What do you want?
Right.
I remember asking one of my real close friends, if you become like this particular person, is what would you like to be done? Would you like to stay like this? He said, "Oh no, I don't want to be like that." And so
Correct.
when the time came, uh, we didn't even have to go through that.
Correct.
God came and got him.
Yeah.
Didn't put him on no machine or nothing other thought. God just came and got him. But
Right.
I knew what to do
Mhm.
if that had come.
Right.
Yeah.
And I know it's hard to let go of your loved one, but one of the things, being in this industry, I've come to realize is that we don't want to let them go.
Mm-hmm.
But like if you let them lie there on that ventilation for too long, now you done created a problem for the embalm.
No,
Because
wow.
now, your body is not functioning on its
Right.
own. So now you're retaining all this fluid,
Good.
water, they call it edema, and so it swells up. So now the embalmer, surely you can get some of it off, most of it,
Yeah.
but then you're still gonna look somewhat disconfigurated, and then the embalmer get the blame.
Yeah.
Yeah.
See, and if people don't come and say that,
Right.
they because we want the body.
Right.
But
We want it back. We want it back.
but
Yeah.
sometimes the problem is
Yeah.
that when you retain water,
Mhm.
it stretches the skin and things
Yeah,
like that.
yes, sir. Yes, sir.
In the amount of time you want to actually bury this person, settling that skin and things like that may not. So there's a whole lot of cosmetics and things that's going on.
Correct.
Yeah, yeah.
Mhm.
So how do you ensure that every family wishes are honored and respected?
Active listening.
Yeah.
When a family sits in front of me, I pay close attention to what they're saying and what they're not saying.
Come on.
Yeah,
Because a lot of
it's
times it's
nonverbal communication.
yeah.
Yeah, so you have to pay close attention. Then you gotta understand their culture,
Mm, yeah.
or religious protocols,
Yeah.
and then you want to try to personalize that service
Yeah.
by helping them, planning it out. How did that person live? What
Mm-hmm.
did they do?
Mm-hmm.
Do you want to do something that's gonna resemble their profession?
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
I can recall a guy that he was like, oh man, Gremlin night.
Oh,
Everything was
yeah.
about
Yeah.
Gremlin.
Yeah.
So
So
and I'm sitting there listening to this family
yeah.
when they expressing this to me, and then right away ideas started coming to
Yeah.
me.
Yeah.
So sure enough, when we did that, I made sure I specialized that casket with all the gambling stuff in it, and their head panels, even
Yeah.
down to their
Yeah.
floor,
Yeah.
the
Yeah.
G-Man,
Black and gold,
black
baby.
and gold, and oh Lord, they loved it. They
Gee.
loved it. Yeah.
I
Yeah.
thought you knew.
Yeah, and for some reason they just loved it. Everybody
Yeah.
did acknowledgement, had to say something about grounding,
Yeah.
acting, and when games going on, they had to
Yeah.
be on the phone, So it went over very well. So it's all about personalization.
Right, right, right.
Mm.
So uh, um, I guess I'm gonna go back to myself again. So
Mhm.
I won't have to worry about this particular thing
Mhm.
that folk I see folk doing, because I won't be having no coughing and all that stuff. But if I did,
Mhm.
and y'all got that coffin on your shoulder and you swinging me and all kinds of stuff like that, I'm gonna get up out that coffin and say, "Boo!"
Sound like you
Because I'm busy.
attended a few New Orleans.
I got that coffin and swinging it
Yeah.
and throwing it and stuff.
Yeah.
Man, that person busy by the time I'm playing.
I understand.
So let's take a break. Let's take a break, and then when we come back, let's talk about some financial and practical consideration. Because at the end of the day, we know that's what it comes down to be.
Yes.
Yeah.
Mhm.
As a rideshare driver, I love keeping my car.
Because I'm gonna tell you another thing folk do. Folk get a policy on a person and they want to keep it. They want, yeah, I'm saying it. You want to keep that money ready. That man done paid the policy for himself, and you want to keep some of the money. And then another thing, you want to go buy them T-shirts when that money can go toward them folk
Yeah.
stuff. And you run around here talking about rest in peace. They can't rest in peace because you done took their money and we had a party with it. I'm just saying, y'all.
Yeah,
You know,
and then that's another thing.
The Glow Boys Productions.
I can see with the T-shirts, repads, all this stuff.
yeah.
They do all this before they come in there.
To make sure that person is in the ground.
Exactly.
You know?
You do all that other planning your party and all that stuff, but you hadn't paid the fees. Runs into that too.
I really don't know how y'all do that, but I'm gonna tell you something. You need to make sure that person in the ground, whoever is responsible for this person, you know, because at the end of the day, if they got a policy, that's what it should be used for.
Exactly.
Then we got folk with doing GoFundMe's, and some folk take the GoFundMe and put it in their pocket and stuff.
Yeah.
Shame on us. Please. but you got it. I'm gonna
CASA
talk
and
back
please
now.
call 238-2446 or visit www.casanat.org.
And we are back. I know this, I'm trying to be serious, but yet I want you to be comfortable about talking about reality, you know.
Right.
But many people worry about funeral costs because funeral costs is going up because when you got gas going up, everything else goes up. What advice would you give families regarding funeral budgeting?
As we were speaking, first of all, pre-plan.
Mm-hmm.
We don't like to buy life insurance.
Right.
Or the old terminology of burial insurance.
Yeah.
So pre-planning, again, like I say, that's you just putting stuff in writing.
Mm-hmm.
But if you pre-need, the word pre-need now,
Mm-hmm.
money is involved.
Okay.
Whether you pay for that service in advance
Mm-hmm.
or whether you plan by buying a pre-need plan that you can pay it out over a period of time. And some of the companies that would allow you after a period of time, you pay so much and you die in the event that it hadn't been paid off,
Mm-hmm.
it kicks in just like a regular insurance policy.
Oh,
And then the insurance company will pay off that service for you.
okay.
So it's
Okay.
very important to get very knowledgeable of that before someone passed,
Mm-hmm.
So
Well, is it just the service? Because there's a whole lot that comes with that too. Because the burial.
yeah, I was about to say that. Naturally the funeral home focus on making sure that that service is paid for.
Mhm.
But then on the other hand, if the funeral home doesn't own its own cemetery,
Mhm.
that's a whole nother expense.
Right. Right.
That's a whole nother
So,
expense.
do you all work with like
Yeah.
different graveyards or what they call graveyards?
Yeah, cemetery.
Cemeteries.
Yes, we do. But keep in mind, that's a whole different expense.
Right,
That's
right.
that's a whole nother business
That's right.
within itself.
Mhm.
So we can't actually pre-plan this
Right, right.
because that's not our prices and
So what if the business or the cemetery
Mhm.
says, okay, well, they can sign a uh, whatever contract with us that this is how much it's going to cost, no matter what, you know.
Yeah. When I was saying that,
Mhm.
you bring the thought to me that cemeteries also should be able to do the same thing
Right, right,
at the funeral home.
right, right,
So
right,
they need
right.
to put stuff in plan that people can pre-plan
Mhm.
their burial
Right,
as
right.
well. Otherwise, all I could do is offer you enough coverage that I think would
Would
cover
carry, right,
carry
right, carry,
over
right,
to that.
right. And,
Yeah.
and so recently they had this big thing about the cemeteries had to register with the state, this, that, and the other, and that may be one of the reasons that they can't do because they're having to pay certain amounts of money and all kind of stuff like that, which I just figured it was a money grab personally.
Yes. Well, they do have to register with the
Right.
state.
But
And then,
churches are not in the business of
but no, I
yeah,
think
yeah,
that no, but if they got a cemetery,
right.
they falling under those guidelines too.
Yeah, some of them
Yeah,
are.
yeah,
But for the most part, churches are not in the business of making money burying
right,
people.
right. I
Now,
understand.
if you got a business
Mhm.
that's their business to bury folks, that's totally different.
Correct.
But most churches are just trying to get their members in the ground.
Yeah. Now I could think back on traditionally that when it comes to the church, back in the day, they used to have what you call a burial plan.
That's all right.
If you are in that church, and whatever monies you interject
Right,
to that
right,
part
right,
of it,
right,
then yes,
right,
you know you're covered.
right, right.
But you don't see much of that anymore.
Right. Our thing is
Yeah.
that if you're a member in good standings, that you're guilty of time, talent, and treasure,
Yeah.
you don't have to worry about nothing. We're gonna make sure you're in the ground.
Right, right.
You know.
Yeah, I understand.
But what about the ones who want to bury in your particular cemetery and they're not active, they don't do this, they don't do that. And the first thing they're concerned about is, my loved one was here and they did this. Listen, what about the ones who do what they're supposed to do? You know, uh, and listen, when when the COVID hit, man, they were burying folk everywhere, and so
Yeah,
that's the other
family
thing.
members was donating their
Right.
plots
That's
to
right.
to other
That's it.
family
That's it.
members. Yeah,
And I
I've
think what
seen that.
needs to happen on that, they need to go back and maybe look at that, because there's going to be some problems when that particular person away and they say, "Hey, but uh you donated your plot to your daughter, to your this, that, and the other," and they're gonna think that they still have
No,
a plot. But that's you
no,
right, you right. But
no,
that's how we think.
no. They're gonna have to repurchase,
that, that
repurchase.
that reminds me, and we kind of in some areas now they're being able to stack and bury.
Yeah, I was about to say that.
Yeah,
But then I guess that would fall under the guidelines of that cemetery.
cemetery.
Now, when you say that, automatically I start thinking VA.
Oh
VA
yeah. Oh
cemetery.
wow.
They
Yeah.
do that.
Yeah.
You
Yeah.
can your spouse,
Mm-hmm.
they would bury you low enough that when come time for your spouse, then they can put you on top of your
Right. Right. Right.
but then as I visualize, I also, when I look back and I can actually see it, I've noticed like in your older cemeteries,
Mm.
where you done put a vault down, I noticed that sometime they'll come back and put a vault on top of vault.
Wow.
That's another
Yeah.
way that
Yeah.
it's there. I haven't seen it too much lately, but that's one of the things that I know that were taking place at one time.
Right.
Some of
Right.
your older cemeteries.
Well, it's like in I wish that all the cemeteries was much like that of the one there in going toward Granicore, because of the fact that when it come to cutting those things,
Perpetual
they
care.
just right, they just run over it
Yeah,
with them.
perpetual care.
Right, right.
Yeah,
And then
yeah,
as it pertains to all them flowers everywhere, man,
right.
black.
Yeah.
Anyway, let's roll on a little while longer. So we're talking about finances, and at the end of the day, we as black people, we seem to um, uh, we care more about living, and I think you ought to,
Sure.
but we ought to understand that one day, if we keep living, that we're gonna die.
Yes, we are.
And
Once it's
you're saying that you can get this out the way by doing pre-needs.
right,
Mhm.
which trust me, it takes the burden off your loved one by pre-planning.
Well, what pre-need arrangements are available for those who want to prepare in advance?
Well, when you pre-need, actually, it goes through an insurance company.
Okay. Yeah.
That way, the customer knows that their money protected.
Right.
And then on the other hand, it also protect the funeral home.
Mm-hmm.
You know where you're gonna reach back and claim that
Right.
premium.
Right.
And so
Right.
that's the advantage to that because me personally, if a person would pre-plan or pre-need, because let me make sure everyone understand this. Pre-planning
And
is
pre-need.
nothing but
Right.
paperwork.
Right.
Pre-need mean money is involved.
Right.
So if you pre-need with me, I'm definitely want to go through an insurance
That's right.
company again, so you know your money is
It's
protected.
protected.
You
Yeah.
know where it is.
Mhm.
Then I'm gonna in turn give you a paid up policy. So you know you're gonna have your file, I have my
Right.
file.
And it's a paid up policy
paid
if I
out.
paid it up right there. But if
Right there.
I
Even if you finance it through an insurance company.
okay.
You know, so after a period of time, it's still gonna kick in
Right, and it's gonna pay up.
and pay it out.
Cool.
Yeah, so that's the advantages there. Then, it, like you say, we know we gonna pass, but then now you're saving monies on the other end. It ain't coming down. It's not getting cheaper. It's constantly going up. The average cost of a service is $10,000, and
That's right.
it's easy to go 13, 15,000 easy.
That's right.
You know.
Yeah. And by the way, let me just hit this. If you out there doing a whole lot of stuff, gang banging, dope dealing, and things like that, get you a policy too.
That's right.
Get you two things. Get you some money just in case you go to jail, and get you some money for insurance policy. Because if you don't come asking me for that kind of stuff.
Yeah.
Because you living that kind of life.
And it's gonna lead to what you just said.
Yeah.
The jailhouse.
Yeah.
Grave.
Yeah.
That type of lifestyle. It's no other way. Very few come out.
Right.
Take that money and invest it into something else and go into business.
Give me.
I'm just saying. I'm not saying
Right.
telling nobody to do that. I'm saying that's what they do.
That's right.
You know,
If you're smart about doing things, at least have some money back. So again, what about community and education to our community? What things do you do to workshops and things like that?
Pastor Harris was saying that before I answer that question, I would like to say that's one of the things that I'm working on. I'm setting up something now that I'm gonna bring forward, and I'll get back with you when I put it together.
Okay.
I'm trying to put a seminar together.
Yes.
To meet with local ministers.
Okay.
And to the church. And educate the congregation on these very things that we're talking about, so they can be enlightened ahead of time. And I'm gonna say this as well: funeral directors. That's a ministry within itself.
Oh yeah.
You know, so because you got to be compassionate. You know, you got to know how to deal with these people in different circumstances, and then you sitting on the other side of the desk, a person could tell whether you're compassionate or you're concerned about their love of them, or are you just kind of gouge.
Right.
So they could tell the difference. So it's very important that the funeral director work closely with the ministers in their community.
Well, because one of the things that pastors and preachers and things deal with is people coming in don't have any type of insurance, things like that. They want the church to basically, can you help with the cost? And I think that there's some ideals to help some churches.
That's correct, and that's one of the things that I'm gonna bring forward, because I'm trying to put a plan together where you can do a group plan.
And that's right, and that's a group.
Yeah.
Insurance has a group plan,
Right.
where if folks get in it, though.
Right.
Yeah.
Exactly. And then with working with the churches, if you come through your church and you do that plan, well, you're gonna have the money to bury
That's
yourself.
right.
But then guess what? The church gonna also be part of the beneficiary.
That's
Then money is left to the church
the
as
Catholic.
well.
A lot of the
Yeah,
Catholic
yeah.
people do that.
Yeah, so that's something I'm working on and I want to bring to the community and offer that.
And I know
Yeah,
for
yeah,
sure
for that.
there are a lot of quote unquote black churches, black
Mhm.
pastors
Right.
who really, really need that because
Mm.
they're tired of having to fight with loved ones.
Mhm.
And you got your child who didn't want to go to church or anything.
Still
By the way, that's what the funeral home is for. People who didn't want to go to church while they were living, don't force them to go to church when they die. That's what the funeral home is for.
Yeah.
Let them go to the
The
funeral
chapel,
home,
yeah.
the chapel, you know.
Correct.
Yeah. So,
Yeah. But that's one of the things I think will work real well.
mhm,
Again,
yeah,
we don't want to talk about that. We don't want to participate in it.
right.
But we're trying to open avenues that we can better serve you
Come on.
without, putting you in a financial bind. So I'm definitely gonna get back within. I'm already working on it.
All
I'm
right.
already working on it. So
Man,
that's something I'm gonna bring forward.
please include me because these are some of the things that I've had to deal with pastors with,
Right.
and we talk about it all the time.
Right.
You know, our organizations talk about these particular
Correct.
things. And
Yeah.
so, too, on another subject is about the importance of grief counseling and aftercare support and things
Correct.
like that.
hmm Yeah, we're gonna do that as well. As a matter of fact, I have a group of ministers that I'm talking with right now. That we can do grief counseling in the home and
Mhm.
facility, funeral home rather,
Right.
or whatever wherever you would like for us to do it. But yeah, that's one of the things we're gonna do aftercare grief counseling. And
And I was attending a funeral on last weekend
Mhm.
when you had probably, whoa, some young folk because this young man, um, wonderful young man, but tragically
Mhm.
lost his life.
Mhm.
You could tell that the young people were struggling with it,
Mhm.
and a lot of times in black circles, we just say, "Hey, you'll get through it. Just give it to the Lord." But how can I give something to the Lord when I don't know how to
Yeah.
do it?
Right.
Because every time I try to give it to Him,
Mhm.
I take it back before I even leave. You know.
Mhm.
So I think it's so important that we offer and let folks normalize that it's all right to not be all right, and there's somebody
Right.
who you can talk to.
Exactly.
Yeah,
Right.
yeah,
And everyone needs someone to talk to
Mhm.
sometimes.
yeah,
Even myself,
yeah.
because
Especially when you seeing this.
right, and
Oh,
we can become overwhelmed
that's right.
with this as well.
Yeah,
You
yeah,
know,
yeah.
because you're letting people crown your shoulder, and if you're sincere about it,
Right,
yes, it affect you
right,
too.
right,
You
right,
know,
right.
we not so hard or so professional that it don't affect. Yeah, I feel your pain.
Right.
I
Because
can
when
feel
we
your
stop
pain.
feeling the pain, how do we really minister to the ones who are coming in? And I know we're taking money, but
Right.
people know when you're just taking my money
Exactly.
and when you're really concerned.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. So,
Exactly, and like as our professional, and a lot of times our calling, but everything is not about the dollar bill. You
right.
got to care about people. You got to care.
So,
I wouldn't want to do this if
come,
I didn't care.
come on.
I just couldn't do it.
So, Mr. Moses,
Mhm.
I want to thank you for joining us.
Yes, sir.
Is there anything that you'd like to say in closing?
Well, I would like to say that I'm glad to be back home to offer my services to the people of Natchitoches Parish and surrounding area. And this is even though I may be away from here, but my heart is still in Natchitoches, which is one of the desires I wanted to come back here. And don't be afraid to reach out to me anytime. I'm willing to talk with you. I'm willing to help you plan. So don't hesitate. If you have questions, please give me a call.
And you're in Natchitoches Parish now.
Yes, yes, sir.
And where's your location?
I'm-
You got any phone numbers?
Yes, I'm located at 106 Brickyard Road. That's Suite A. Here in Natchitoches. It's adjacent to the what's that Christian outreach
Yeah.
Christian Outreach Center. So
Mhm.
that's where I'm located
Okay.
at the time, right?
Any phone numbers you like?
Yes, the number is 318-209-9706. Or you can reach me at 318-302-9358. And I'm not reluctant to also give you my personal cell number, 318-266-6165. So don't hesitate to reach out to me. I'm here for you.
Right. Locations, Winfield and Natchitoches.
Natchitoches,
Well,
right.
God bless you all. God keep you is my prayer. I love you, and you can't do nothing about it.
Thanks. There you go. Hey, thanks,
Probably,
brother.
they're probably
Thanks
the
for
same person. They're probably the same person.
Yeah.